Hello ladies and gentlemen, just before we get started with this video today, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that after I finish my I Am Bread series, which is my live stream series at the moment, I'm going to be switching over to live streaming on Twitch primarily. Doesn't mean I won't ever live stream on YouTube again, but I'm just going to switch to Twitch for live stream purposes because I think that might be better for me. A little diversification. Anyway, now on with the show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name's StepsBasic, and welcome back to my community show. I don't think I've done that one before. I thought it was cool. I wanted to try it out. But anyway, so today, a little bit of a serious kind of grumpy topic we have to talk about today. And yes, this is spurred on by the fact, by a specific effect of something affected me. And I wanted to make a video about it. But anyway, today, so there's a thing in the gaming world that irks me to no end. And yes, I know some people won't like what I have to say here, but nevertheless, I have to say it. Console exclusives are trash. No, I don't mean the games themselves, because more often than not, the games are actually really good. But the whole concept of console exclusives is trash. I mean, I know why they exist. You know, it's a marketing ploy. In fact, I should say, they sort of are the reason why I play PlayStation almost exclusively, truth be told. See, many a moon ago, so many years ago when I was a wee lad, and the two choices, well, I should say the big choices for consoles was the N64 and the PlayStation, the original one. Not the PS1, not the PS2, but the original PlayStation, the big old square block. Yes, those were our only choices. And it came down to, do I want to play Zelda or do I want to play Final Fantasy? And I chose Final Fantasy. And that's what set me on my long path to where I are now. Was the choice of Final Fantasy, which was exclusive. Well, I think they had it on PC back then, but we didn't have a workable PC. And, well, we didn't have a very good one, I should say. I think that was on PC. I may be wrong about that. But, nevertheless, the choice of the console came down to that. And we chose Final Fantasy VII. I hold no love for console exclusives, the concept. You know, the only thing I see it as is a way to divide us. A way to keep us separate. To you know, blah. PlayStation has The Last of Us. And, Xbox has Halo. And I'm better than you. No, I'm better. All it does is lead to us fighting about nothing. It's true that I hold little to no love for Xbox. But that has nothing to do with the games or the gamers who play Xbox. Rather, it's down to one lousy PR guy who insulted me in the military. And, you know, after that, it's just like, no, I'm not going to go on Xbox anymore. And which is sad, because I liked Fable. Fable was kind of cool. The whole concept behind it. It got to be a bit samey, but it was still a pretty cool concept. And Halo was alright. It's alright. But I don't want to keep Xbox players, you know, specifically loyalist Xbox players, from playing games like The Last of Us or Ratchet and Clank or Jak and Daxter. I feel like they should have access to these games as well. Just as I feel like I should have access to, like, the game that prompted this was Ghost of a Tale. And Cuphead's another one. They both look like they'd be a lot of fun. You know, shooting things on Cuphead, getting my nostalgia fill going on, and Ghost of a Tale is just an adorable looking game that reminds me of Redwall, and I really want to play it. But as of yet, they are solely Xbox and computer, not on PlayStation. Truth be told, I understand it's to draw players. It's a leg up, as it were, a little seasoning on top. Hey, come to Xbox. We got Halo. Hey, you heard about that Last of Us game? Well, PlayStation, we got these games for you. You know you want them. And people do consider the exclusives when they consider consoles. And to me, it shouldn't come down to that. I know it. I don't like it. I also know that it's a limiting choice. Because when you choose that game, that exclusive, you're choosing that console. Because most people can't afford to get both consoles. Most people can't afford to get all of the consoles available. I'm one of them. Back then, N64 or PlayStation, I couldn't get both. It was one or the other. And getting PlayStation, because of Final Fantasy, basically excluded Nintendo. Because I could not hope to have a Nintendo. I could not have the N64. I couldn't get GoldenEye. I couldn't get all the other fun games that were available. And that is part of the reason why it took me so long to get into Smash Brothers, man. That game is freaking awesome. I would love to play that on the PlayStation. Of course, it's all Nintendo exclusive stuff. Bottom line, games should not be the selling point. Games should be available to everybody. Consoles, gaming rigs, they're all expensive, and games are relatively cheaper. So, you know, if you want to play Pokemon on your PlayStation, that should be an available option. Although, admittedly, I like the handheld format of it better than I like a full console version. So, that is kind of limited by my own preference. Console exclusives, I should say, are a pivotal marketing ploy that needs to go away. They only serve to hurt and alienate the gamers themselves, the consumers, the people who buy the products. Because we miss out on things. Because we can't afford to get the other console. Because we can't afford to have all of the consoles in our home. And yeah, that's one thing our big name companies should think about. You know, I mean, they want to milk us for every last dime. And to me, it seems kind of funny, from even a marketing standpoint, why a game would want to be exclusive. I mean, I know there's contracts. Like, people like, hey, you want to put your game on my console? Well, it has to be only my console. And that creates the draw for Xbox, creates etc., etc. But to me, it seems kind of like a weird thing for a gaming company to do. Why would a game limit itself like that? I mean, why would people over at Naughty Dog limit themselves to only PlayStation with The Last of Us when there's an untapped market of Xbox players? That's a lot of people on Xbox that aren't going to be able to play The Last of Us, and that just seems like they're limiting themselves. And yes, contracts, blah blah blah. But not only is it hurting the consumers, but it's also hurting the game companies. We're limited only here. Friggin'... Nah, you get my point. I don't know what I'm complaining about. We got our games, right? That's what we should be happy. I just don't like to see division, especially unnecessary division. To me, choosing a console shouldn't be like choosing your life path. Choosing a console shouldn't be, I'm choosing this because it makes me a better person. Choosing a console should be like, hey, that controller feels a little bit more comfortable in my hand. Let me go ahead and get the Xbox. I like the way this PlayStation blends in with the aesthetic of my room. I'm gonna get that. I like the PC because it has much more potential than either console combined. But anyway, that's all I got for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please go and poke that like button for me. If you'd like to, you can comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can, when I can, if I can. You know all that jazz. And tune in next time for more, I don't know, talky stuff. Because that's what I do on this episode. I talk about stuff. But anyway, until then, good night.